Hello again, and thank you for joining Jeff and Jelly's Classic Restorations. Well, we're back now from a week's break. I've managed to get everything up to date now, so we're going to go back to where we've got the lawnmower to do, and I've also got something else to show you. So when we had the fire just over a year ago now, there was one, apart from losing the big scooter for work, one moped I did miss, and I still get a lot of questions for even today. So there's a picture up there of it before the fire, and then another picture after the fire, and you can see what happened. And I did miss that one, so let me show you a bit of an update now, what I've managed to get hold of this week. So come and have a look. Well, there we are. Look what we got. Another FZ50, Suzuki FZ50. Right, so I'll just quickly show you around. Now, hopefully, because of my time restrictions I get, I'm not going to spend the whole time stripping this down. The actual moped is a 1979. The lady had it for 4 years, well, used it for 4 years, but couldn't part with selling it. And then it was then laid up in the shed or in the garage with her husband's other motorbikes, classic ones, which he has now sold. They're in their 80s now, and this came part of the job lot. So I managed to get it from a garage, but it needs just a little bit of work. Everything is pretty much genuine, you know, as it was. This, I managed to get hold of another cover for this. This has got a slight crack in it, and I was going to paint that, but I think that's gone yellow, basically because it's got the heat from the engine. So I've got a new one of those. I'm not going to go too mad on all this. The seat, for instance, here, these used to, oh, they always tear, but this one is slightly stained through sitting around for years, 40 odd years. But I've got some, I'm gonna what do they call it, dye this, and that will make that look nice. If you look under here, if you remember the old saddle, it was all corroded before. I had to get another one which was still corroded but better. This one's absolutely perfect, so, which is unusual to see. And what I'm going to have to do, so I'm not going to go too mad, but here, for instance, you can see around the tank there's just this surface rust. So I'm going to get some matching paint for this, and little things like this, kind of powder coat. So that's part of the plan. Alongside here, you've got all the original stickers, everything's still shiny. There's just a few little stone chips here, which I probably would just touch those up. But then down this end, we've got, I suppose, the stone chips when it was in use. Nothing deep, just surface rust again, little chips. This, without taking the whole thing off, I might take the wheels off, the mud guards off, and I'm hoping I might be able to repair, or paint this in situ. So I've got to get some matching paint for this. We come around this side, or up here anyway. The chrome's still good condition. It's only got 4,420 miles. All this is nice. The only thing I did notice on the advert when I bought it was there was no wing mirrors, so I've actually got some equivalent Suzuki wing mirrors, so that set that off. We come around this side. This is all okay. This side's all nice. The exhaust here, I think just a little bit of surface rust, unless someone's got some paint on it, I don't know. But we'll take all this off and heat resistant paint that. This is a bit naff, sand that back like the other one, probably powder coat that one. If we come around here, I've still the original number plate. It's got a little crack in it, not the end of the world. If I get one of those, this little reflector, still as good as new, apart from the bracket around there, you can see. But these little things like this is just nice, simple little stuff to powder coat as I go along. So we're basically a rolling restoration. Still got the original Oxford 70s box on the back, which will be useful. I'll keep that, as I think it does set it off with the age a bit, doesn't it? So it does run, it starts okay, but it just needs a little bit of recommissioning. So my plan is today, although it hasn't come yet, is if we come around this side, the plan is to empty this gearbox oil, because that's obviously going to be original. So I'll put some new gearbox oil in, which is just come in today, I think. I'm going to change suck out the oil in there, the 2-stroke oil. I won't drain it all up from the pump, but I'll suck all this out, put some fresh oil in there. The fuel tank, actually inside, of what I've seen, there's actually no rust in there at all. That's actually good. So my plan is, as I say, to take this tank off and not powder coat, and actually just paint that to the right colour. So I'm not going to go too mad. I'll keep it original, but there's certain bits like that I will paint. And then the only other thing is down here, the wheels. I've just got like surface rust just by standing for 40 years, but nothing serious whatsoever. So I'll sand this down, and I probably will paint. Well, I will paint those. I did powder coat the last ones, but this one maybe I can just get away with painting, even just masking this up. But the tyres, 40-odd-year-old tyres, maybe, you know, they should be changed, but they look all right to me. So still got the original sort of treads on them, you know, so everything else is not bad. So it's just really a rolling restoration, and as you know, I don't have much time to do things, and having piles of bits everywhere, just haven't got the space for it. So today we're going to recommission it. I'm going to hopefully get this oil later on today, just waiting for that to come. What else we want to do? Change that engine oil in there, and we'll probably clean the carburetor, give that a clean. Like I say, the tank is clean anyway, so it won't do any harm. So that's the plan for today. Still going to carry on with the lawnmower, because this is not a major job. There'll be a little bit of FZ50, another bit of lawn mowing. Right, now this is just inside that new metal shed. I've built this up yesterday, just a rack. I've got all the paints down there that used to be in the big box, and I'm keeping some of the lawnmower spares up here, so they're out of the way from the big shed. So it's going to be like a storage area for that. And then it's still a bit tight, but I'll keep the workbench in here, the trolley, and at the moment the deck for the lawnmower, which needs to be done. So I'm going to try and alternate between lawnmower and FZ50. Right, so we'll make a start on this now, although of course I'll have to stop now because it's now raining, but it's not too bad today. It's just a light shower. So I'll get this back in the shed for a minute, and once it's stopped we'll have a carry on with it. Right, I think what I'm going to do, we'll drain this gearbox oil out, so I'm not going to go anywhere till I've had that done, and the oil should be here today, it said, for Saturday, so I'll just wait for the postman. So it doesn't really matter. I'll drain this out. It's not large enough, this pot, it's about 800 ml, but what I'll do, I'll drain some of it out, pour it into my little bigger tank thing out there, and then just carry on, and we'll just let that drip out. So I've got much more room in the shed now. Since I've taken that stuff into the little shed. Also, I forgot to mention that the chap that bought this round, he delivered it free of charge, and he liked the Mobilette, which I was going to sell for this, and he's actually bought the Mobilette off me. So basically I got some money, quite a bit of money back for that, which has now gone towards this. So this is going to be a more usable classic. So that's the one little story. I'm still waiting for the DLVA on the they keep sending it back. I'm now waiting for the owners club now to do a covering letter to prove that it's a 1960 again. So that's still waiting to be done. But anyway, so I've got more room in the shed now. So we're just going to start draining this. I'm just going to take a little bit out because so it's not enough capacity in this little pot. So we'll take a little bit out and then see how we get on. If this does come out, there we go. Also, I see someone's had a go at trying to clean this up and paint it, and I'm afraid that won't do me. So later on, not urgent, but I'll get this sanded down and we'll paint this one. Probably maybe take it off. I don't know. We'll see. So this is the drain one, and this one up here is the filler level one. Once we fill it up here, so just get a little bit of oil out now, and then we'll drain this out. Just see what condition this is. 40-year-old gearbox oil. Yeah. Not wonderful, is it? A bit dark. Still okay, but let's have it fresh from the start. Don't really want 40-year-old oil running around the gearbox. Okay, so I'll carry on with this, and then we get on with something else. Right, okay, so that's all tightened up now. Just waiting for the oil. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to use my pump thing, oil change thing. Hopefully going to suck out all that two-stroke in there. I don't know if they might have put some in there already, but at least we know it's, there we go, suck that out. At least we know we're putting good oil in there. I'm not going to say I'm not going all the way down to the pump. It won't take long to get through, but hopefully it'll be there in a minute. It's still coming out. Okay, let me carry on with this for a bit. Oh, we're nearly there, look. Nearly there. Just a bit more. Okay, I'll carry on with this and then I'll go and fill it up. Okay, well I'm going to use this Castrol Super TT two-stroke oil. I'm not quite sure what the capacity is, but let's get this filled up again. Do have another, oh god, typical, isn't it? Gone everywhere. Bear with me. Can anything ever go right? Right, I'll clean up a little bit. That's gone everywhere. It needs to be done later. But yeah, of course, every time I do something, look, there's a tear in the bloody plastic thing. Never mind, let's go to the old-fashioned funnel then. Okay, this is supposed to be the easy bit. Oh well, never mind. Okay, right. Okay, I've got another bottle now. Thank God. You're supposed to be able to see the level in here, but I'm not sure. What have we got? A little bit more. Okay, right. Let me just finish topping this up and clearing up again. Okay, well, that's okay. So that's going to be nicely lubricated, as is the rest of it now all over the place. So, right, let me clear all that, carry on clearing up this mess, and we'll move on. Right, okay, I'll clean that side up. Would you believe it? Yes, you probably would actually, in my luck. Yeah, it has to be something broken like that, doesn't it? Trying to do a clean job and oil everywhere. I've had to just clean the carpet a bit because it was all over that in there. So I've moved it out. It'll probably start raining as soon as I start doing this, but we're going to take the carburetor off now, make sure that's all clean. We know the oil's all right now. I know it's got new fuel in there and it's clean in there. And we're just waiting for the oil to come. Jenny keeps barking. I keep thinking it's coming, but nothing yet. So let's get this off, the air filter. There is an air filter in the back here, so I don't know if it is the one off of this or a spare, but we'll have a look anyway. So let's get this off. One thing I do like about this one is that all the bolts are pretty much clean and easy to get off, because they just never been outside for 40 odd years. I remember the last one I had like this was a right old state, so I can get this all, it's cracked and everything. There we are, so there's no air filter in there. But I've got it in the back there. So right, let's see. This brings back nice memories, but I can't remember how you do it. Oh, yeah, I can't. I think we have to take that off. That's it, I think. Yeah, there we are. So I had quite a few questions, and on the other FZ50, but I can't remember some of the questions. I can't remember what I did. So okay, that's okay. Right. Okay. Now, where are we? Right, we've got to undo these two pipes. I've had to put it onto reserve up here, but if that valve, the actual pump, I'm not talking about, the valve in there works, which it didn't very well on the other one that I had before. If that works, there should be no fuel come out anyway, because it works on the vacuum. So right, let's get this pipe off. Hopefully nothing comes out, and then get the back one off, probably do that at the end, and have a look at this carburettor. Well, actually, we'll try and get these pipes off once I've got this bracket thing off. Just unscrewed that. That's the throttle assembly, and this is the choke one. Now, if you remember on the other one, I did have trouble with the choke one. The thread was stripped in there, so it was very difficult to get it to stay in sometimes. But that's a good one. Right, I can clean that up a bit. Right, so we got 2 screws the other side to loosen, and that should come off. So I'll just go around there, we'll see if that does it. Right, it's okay, that's released that. Well, from what I remember last time, one of these I had was bent, but this one seems to be okay. So let's just hope if we withdraw this pipe now, it don't pour out the fuel everywhere. Which it does. Oh God. Right, bear with me. This we have to clamp that off, I think. It is on reserve, isn't it? Yeah. Okay. These quite a time ago. I thought they'd come in useful eventually, if I can work it. There we are. Just put that on there, squeeze that up. That one, that can come off now. There we go. That's it, good. And just in case, put one on here as well. Oh, don't know if that's any good. Let's see if anything comes out, shall we? No, that's all right anyway. Good. Right, there we are. One fairly clean looking carburettor. So we'll have a little strip down of that in a minute. At least we know that would be okay. And of course, whilst that's before I do that, let's get all this cleaned up from the oil from before. Well, as I say, with that carburettor off, I managed to clean up that whole area a bit better anyway. So I've drained the fuel out. There's just a little drain. There's a little drain tap there, so that's all come out. We can probably take these off for now. That's the overflow pipe, and that one. Right, let's hope we can do this without making things any worse. So I'll just take these 4 out, and we'll have a look inside, see how dirty it is. If it's very bad, we might have to go for ultrasonic cleaner, but it might be clean enough just to clean out of carb cleaner. Let's have a look. Let me just get these 4 out, and then I'll come back to you. So they're out. Now we have to be a bit careful because there's quite a flimsy gasket in here, so we don't want to damage that. Okay. So that all looks very clean in there, to be honest. Let's have a look inside this jet here. I think we'll use a socket on that long one. Too small. That one. Too big. Right, okay, I just need to go and get the socket wrench. Okay, that's better. To be honest, as the fact that the tank is so clean, I honestly don't think this is going to be too bad. Okay, let's have a look through there. See, that all looks good. I will clean all this out, but it's okay. Right, let's take this out, the float. It took me a long time to get this right on the last one, actually. Get the level right. I've got to push that through me as well. What have we got here? There we go. Right, let's have a look. That all looks okay. I think we can just get away with there's nothing really wrong with it. I think we can just give it a blast through with some carb cleaner, I think. Yeah, I'll give this a little bit of a clean up. Okay, let's I'll just blow it through with some carb cleaner then. I've polished up this float. It was a bit grotty, and polished up this holding bar thing, whatever you call it. Hopefully we can get that back through there. Try the other way. Here we go. Yeah, all right. Right, there we are. Okay. Now, so I leave that with that little fixing one that holds it in. This one here. No, it's not. That one. Try and get that one back in there, which holds it in. Right, now we can just get this back on again. Right, I've given it all a bit of a clean up now. These little hoses are back on again, and I've just put a little bit of two-stroke in there. That's for the choke and for the slider thing, so that might just give it a little bit of help. So let's get it back on again. Right, I've given that a little bit of a polish as well. So this was always the awkward bit before. We've got to just try and line up these bolts with this cage bit here. At least before they weren't straight. So alright, so I'm going to go around, get all that done up. Right, I'm back again. That was this morning. All the panels are back on again now, and waiting all day for this thing from the Royal Mail to come, this oil, but as with all things privatisation, it's been delayed for some reason. So what I had to do, I had to take the wife for a haircut, which wasted a bit of time, but on the way back I did do a few checks, and apparently this is okay, 1040 for this gearbox. It's obviously a lot better than things were back in the 70s and early 80s. So I've come up with a little plan. I'm going to put this in now, which is just as good, and then I don't like this, the way this has been done. So the plan is I've ordered a gasket now for that, so we don't have to do it straight away. And I had to order some JIS impact sockets there, because these aren't. I've tried to get that out. That looks, this is the filler cap or level, that won't come out, so I don't want to damage that by trying to get that off. So the plan is it takes 800 mil, so it'll probably be just a little bit less than that. So I'm going to do this a slightly different way now. We'll take this filler off. We're going to use a funnel, and then I'm going to measure out into here 400 mil. also whilst I was walking around this morning, I also took the spark plug out, and that's had a that wasn't bad. But I have ordered a new one, but I'll put that in once you know, it's no rush. Okay, so there's 400 ml. I'll just pour this in. You don't have to seal this, and I'll do slightly less than 400 ml on the next one. Went well, no mess there. So it's just in the way. It's just preempted me to get this done. They've obviously gone over with some sort of paint here, but we'll take that off, sand that back smooth, and do what I did with the other one. We'll just powder coat it, and it gives me a chance to clean up everything else whilst I'm there. But it doesn't have to be straight away. I can probably get on with something else first, but at least I've got the gasket and the right oil to go in there afterwards as well. Right, so that's that little sort of service done. I haven't checked the tyres, but they seem all right, and I think that's about it really. Brakes I know are okay. I mean, they should be all right at 4,000 miles anyway, and there's a little gauge on the lever, and it's they're well within spec anyway. So should we see if we can get it to start, and then maybe tomorrow I'll go for a little ride, but let's see how we get on. Right, we've got 3 settings on here. There's no off as such, so it's on reserve at the moment. There's an on, and there's this one which is a prime. So we open that one up first of all. That will put the fuel straight into the carburetor as it's been emptied, so I don't think we'll do that for long. Let that go. We'll have to do a few kicks now, and we'll put that onto on. Okay, so we'll see what happens. I don't really know what position this goes in. I know the furthest one is park, so that actually leaves that light on, but I think it's, from what I remember, it's the one before that. So it may not start to start with. We've got to get fuel in if we're lucky. The choke is here, put that on. We need to pull the brake lever in because that lets the clutch engage. So let's see what happens. So we need to lift up the choke. There we go. Seems all right. There we go. Going to stop in it. Going to stop. Never mind. We know it runs. So that's it for its recommissioning. I'll take it for a little ride tomorrow. See how we get on. But we call that a day for today. Well, that's it for another week. Jenny has moved. She's been out with me. Went to the hairdressers, didn't we, with Mummy? We did. Yeah, went to that and then went for a walk. So we finally got back, got that oil in, and so I hope you do enjoy this little rolling project, a rolling restoration. I can take it off the road for a couple of days, do something, and off we go again. That's my plan, because I really don't want to get bogged down with mud guards and everything all over the place. So we're going to do a little bit of the lawnmower still. I've got to get that done, so I'll probably alternate between the lawnmower and the FZ50. So hopefully we can get back to doing once a week now, and the best I can. So until next time, you take care out there, and we'll see you soon. Bye bye.